Okay, we are pulling into Tenderfoot Creek Campground on Summit Lake, just off the highway. Let's see, we're coming off the Seward Highway. It's kind of a rainy afternoon, but it looks like things here are a little drier. This is Summit Lake. Looks like there's a paddle boarder out there, a couple of them. Here we are at the Tenderfoot Campground in the Chugach National Forest. Let's see if we can find a campsite. Little boat landing. The host.
Take.
I suppose. Steve's going to grab a tag right away. Looks like there's RV sites and then a little loop of tent camping sites. Looks to be about, I don't know, about 20 sites or so on that sign. It's $23 a night. Half price is $11.50 with our federal golden access interagency pass. America the Beautiful. Let's see what kind of sites we can find. Well, isn't this a nice one? Kind of tilts down a little bit, site number 1. But it's pretty by the water. Well, you think we could get level there?
Could try.
Well, we'll loop through again, see what else there is. That's my first choice. Site number 3 doesn't thrill me. You don't see anything, but it would work. What's 5 look like? Uphill?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, it says it's
7.3 to 7.6. Yeah.
Well, that's okay, because today's only the 29th.
Yeah.
Ooh, let's see what this one is. Is this more level? Yeah, that one's more level. What's it say on the...
29th, it looks like.
Oh, okay, then it's reserved for today. Well, I think this is it for the night. Site number 1. Here's my Stevie-O filling up a little 1-pounder propane cylinder. We showed this on one of our previous blogs where he refills them using a little kit from Mr. Heater. And he's filling them off of this 1-gallon propane tank. And he refills these little cylinders that we use for a variety of things. One of the things he's using, because it's a damp, cold evening, is he's using them on this catalytic heater that we have. And this is from Coleman. And it heats through the top here. I don't know if you could see that. It's kind of red. This is called a Coleman Sport Cat. And we use that on damp evenings instead of just always running the big propane furnace that, you know, chews up battery power. This thing works really nice. We have it setting on our little cocktail table here. And we're also drying out some towels at the same time after our showers. But it's kind of a damp, yucky evening. And we thought, well, it'd be nice to take the chill out while we watch TV. Right, Nick? Yeah. So we made up a quick spaghetti dinner for tonight. And we're at the Tenderfoot Creek campground at Summit Lake. We're at a really nice site right alongside the lake. And it's a really pretty place. There's a mountain way up there, but it's covered by the clouds. You can barely see the top of it. And we are in a nice site, but it is surrounded by this hogweed stuff that Steve may be very allergic to, or it's also called farmer's parsnip. And so we're being very careful that Steve doesn't walk near it because he has a hard time with wild parsnip. Severely allergic. So I don't know how long we'll stay here, and he's making sure he's not walking or touching it. Over on this side, you can see the lake, and there's a mountain way, way up here behind all those clouds. See? All that cloud right in there? That's a mountain up there. So we'll see tomorrow how far we get. We're thinking of going to Beluga Point and watch and see if we see any whales. The tide's supposed to be high about noon. So that's in our plans for tomorrow. Okay. Get ready to start her up here and roll her backwards off the blocks. We are leaving Tenderfoot Creek by Summit Lake. There we go. Hitting reverse here. There we go. Although we have levelers, we still bring the front tires up on blocks if we're more than 3 or 4 inches off. It helps. So we have the little yellow Legos, we call them, to go underneath the tires. This was really a beautiful little campground and perfect just off the highway. The clouds are just clearing the tops of the mountains there. But it was rainy and icky all night, so we didn't even get out and go for a walk. Steve walked around this morning, but we're surrounded by mountains on all sides. Steve walked down by the tenting area, and there's a nice little mountain stream gurgling along that leads down into the lake. It was nice this morning. The lake was calm as glass. And we made a little breakfast. And now we're going to head over to Beluga Point and see if we see any whales today. It's going to be high tide around noon. So we're going to go over and see what we can see. But in the meantime, we just pulled in the slides and got off the levelers. And now we're going to gather up the garbage and toss that in the dumpster on our way out of the park. This must be a popular campground. A lot of the signs are showing reserved for the upcoming weekend. Of course, 4th of July. Especially these lakefront ones. There's quite a few people in here. We saw some trailers pull in the evening. And then even this morning we saw a couple. There's some folks having a little yak outside of their campsite. What a beautiful backdrop to look up at the mountains as they get up in the morning. Back in here was the little babbling mountain brook that Steve walked by this morning. And you cross a little bridge to get out to the tenting area. They have bear lockers for food. Keep your food safe. Oh, look at this up the hills. The clouds are, mist is rolling upwards and clearing. Very pretty. Yep, it's a nice little mountainside park next to a little lake, although you do hear some of the highway noise on the other side of the lake. It is close by and an easy pull-off when you're traveling. Some of the sites are pull-throughs like this with the tenting area up higher. Makes it easy to pull in when you're traveling. Like this one right here, you just pull right through and you don't even have to unhook if you're pulling the trailer. And then further up is your campfire ring and your picnic table. Of course, no amenities here. It's $23 a night. So with our federal senior access pass from America the Beautiful, we get it for $11.50. There's no credit card kiosk. You have to have cash or a check in an envelope at the pay station. So here's a little dumpster at the entrance. We're going to get rid of our trash. That's right across from the lake. Some little cabins on the other side that can be rented. I think that was called Summit Lake Lodge. Sorry, we have the defrost blowing here on the windshield. There, I'll turn it down to the lowest level. And Steve's using the bear-proof dumpster. It has a click and a lock to make sure that the bears don't get in. And now it's time to hit the road. We're going to go up to Beluga Point and see what kind of things we can see at Beluga Point. Oh, Steve found another little piece of trash. What a guy. Okay, you ready to hit the road today?
Yep, ready to go. And away we go.
Okay, what kind of gas we got here? We're down to about half a tank. We'll fill up somewhere between here and Anchorage. And actually today is the 30th of June. It's our daughter's birthday today. Happy birthday to Erin. And today is also the halfway point of our trip. We've been gone 2 months, 60 days. And that means it's time to turn around and start heading back home. That doesn't mean it's going to be sad because we're taking mostly different routes home than the way we came. So we'll be seeing a lot of new territory and we're going to take our time going home. And I guess maybe later today we'll fill out our second month budget and do a blog post on that with a video and talk about what we've spent so far on our North to Alaska 2025 trip. So in the meantime, let's just enjoy this little route out of the campground back to the highway. Just some gravel back road type traveling, very nice. Nothing too rugged, not too many potholes. Little bit of washboard. But if you want to get into these nice little campgrounds, this is the way you got to drive. And I think by now you can tell we don't do fancy RV parks or resorts. This is our thing. To find these little out-of-the-way places for cheap or free. because it's just more desirable to us. I mean, I don't care to be parked in rows and rows of RVs, like a bunch of lined up salmon, or not salmon, what do you call it? Tuna. No, not even tuna. Sardines. That's the word. Sardines in a can. That's not our style. We'd rather be in a place like this. Even if it's a rainy, dreary day, it's still beautiful. Look at the mist rolling up off the mountains. It actually moves upwards. We're watching it roll upwards. And here we are out to the entrance of the park by the highway. So this is the Seward Highway. And we are going to go out now to the Turnagain Arm, further to the north and the east, and go to Beluga Point. That's where we're headed. It's a Monday morning, so there's not a lot of traffic so far.